Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra, and me and my husband, we have been on a budget. I'm gonna do a little overview because a lot of times I just start my videos and don't even give an intro, but today it's my 100th video. Yay! And me and my husband, we have been budgeting for almost a year. It will be a year. We are in July now, at the end of July. I do believe we did our first budget for August last year. We have been married a little over a year. We got married in January. It'll be 2 years this coming January. So we had just been, married for a few months, came back from our honeymoon cruise and started living life, and was not looking at what we were spending. It was more of a lifestyle creep was happening, and we weren't really conscious of where our money was going. I've always been a saver. He's always been a spender. He'll say that. And so we had to get a handle on our money. We started in August, and what happened was shortly after, like 2 weeks after, he called me on his job, and he was working a toxic job, and we talked about him resigning, and he actually resigned. And I was so happy I was budgeting because I knew that we would be okay. I knew where the money was going. So therefore he resigned. He got a better job making more money, less stress, a job that he actually loves. He just called me yesterday and said he will be getting a big raise starting, I think, next pay period, but definitely if it's not next pay period, it will be the following pay period. So he will be getting a different big raise on that. So anyway, so I was glad that I started budgeting, but I started focusing on budgeting, and we needed to pay off. He had some type of loan we need to pay off right away. Then we paid off the phones. And then I knew my travel loan, one of my travel loans would be finished in February. So that's when I started doing the snowball. So I snowballed the first travel loan into the second travel loan. Then I snowballed those two into the Citibank. Citibank is paid. Now I'm snowballing that into my Tremont. So let's look at my R debt, what we have to do. I also, bad news, I have an IRS debt that I will be starting to pay next month. With the snowball, I'm gonna get that taken care of. But yeah, we're gonna pay that IRS, because the IRS is always messing with me for some reason. I think that was a debt from a few years ago. And I think it was an annuity that I cashed in or something, which I thought they took the taxes on, and I think it pushed me into the next, the next group, how you pay 27, 30 something, depending on your income. But I think it pushed me into that. But anyway, let's look at my debt here, our debt. So Tremont this month, the debt was $9,779.52. We paid I don't see what we paid. We paid, the minimum payment is $2,270. I think I paid, it was more extra because some of it went to interest. So I didn't write that down. But it ended up being, right now, it's $8,716.06. The Discover, which I can't wait to pay this Discover, $20,265.59. Right now, we paid $406 was the minimum payment, but it only took off $85.72. So now it's at $20,179.87. The extra debt payment this month was $971. Now remember, my debt jar, I ended up having $308 And then I had the snowball was $663. So that made $971. Now my debt jar, I'm liking the idea of having my debt jar, because what I do is this is the debt jar for the coming for July. So what I do is any extra money that I have in groceries, any extra money that I have in my wallet for, you know, personal care or whatever, any extra money that I have going to the debt jar. If I'm doing my budget and I have an extra $70-something or something to make my budget zero base, I will kick it into the debt jar. So I like to have about $300, 300 something, 400, because I like to pay up close to 1,000 extra into the debt every month. But so this is, let me go over this before I start talking off the subject. So the last month's total debt balance was $30,045.11. This month is $28,895.93. The total debt monthly progress was $1,149.18. The debt that we had, I think I did. Yeah, here it is. The debt, I think that's off. Beginning debt, the beginning debt was, I have that wrong there, was $35,072.67. And right now our debt is $28,895.93. The overall debt progress, and this was since February, is $6,266.47. So this is the progress in the debt that we have paid. So it does make me feel good that we've paid over $6,000 in our debt, and we're at 28 right now. But next month I'm going to have to get on the tax thing and try to push all monies to that. What is good also is my daughter decided to go to Nigeria in October, so we're not going to Myrtle Beach in October, but she has a free something with Hilton Rewards or something. They're young people, they always travel and they always get those rewards and stuff. So we're going to do that a little later, so we don't have to do that. It's going to be rainy this week, and I was going to take my granddaughter to Sesame Street Place, so we have to push that back some. We do have Virginia Beach, but Virginia Beach is all is paid for. I just have spending money to do. So I'm going to, after I do this video, I'm going to do the budget preview for next month to see next pay period, which is this Friday, to see what we're going to do. Okay, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe.